Hi, this is ForeGolf Custom, and today myself and David are looking at Callaway's new Mavrik driver. Now, this is quite complicated. There's 3 heads, and this driver spins proper low. So if you don't get this right, this could cause you big problems if you're buying this driver. We've got a full, 2 months of worth of fittings here. We've bucket loads of customers that have had this, and we've almost unlocked the technology in the way that this driver works. So you're going to want to watch this to get the information so that you get the right driver, you get the right spec. So keep watching. David, let's talk about this. So 3 heads. So just to give everyone at home, we've got the Mavrik, we've got the Mavrik Max, and we've got the Mavrik SubZero. So let's talk about the normal Mavrik, the first head. Okay. Who have you been putting this into? Who's been getting the best out of it?
It's a speed story. As much as there's a lot around about it not being any quicker, I've seen club head and ball speed gains from it. So currently I don't think there's anything as effectively quick across the face as the standard Mavrik.
And do you think that's down to the head? Because you're right, we've heard a lot of input about the sort of speed of this, so the aerodynamics creating the speed. I'm not so sure. I have a feeling this is the AI. This is what they've punched a lot of money into, this AI development in the face specifically.
And I think with this second generation of it, what you have is it's not necessarily quicker at the points that it was quicker, it's quicker at the points where it was slower. So your off-centre hits are quicker, which is where you're seeing that overall speed gain.
And do you think then, on that basis, is that where the standard Mavrik head is your go-to or your all-rounder?
I think it's my all-rounder for speed. Again, you mentioned at the beginning about the low spin. You've got to get the thing in the air first to get the low spin to work. So I wouldn't necessarily go for anybody who can't get the ball airborne and needs the spin to launch it.
Right, so in that mindset then, where are we putting Max in then? So if standard is kind of more your go-to for the majority of speed gain, where's Max coming into this?
So Max, differing to Mavrik, has 2 weights, one in the heel and one at the back. The whole point of the driver, as far as I'm concerned, is to get the weight in the heel, and that becomes your draw bias driver. So anybody who cuts it,
right,
misses out to the right-hand side if you're right-handed.
So some golden points here. If you're new to the channel, you're very welcome. Subscribe. This is fitting information. This isn't our, how we hit the driver or what we think about it. This is actually what we're seeing here on a day-to-day basis. So please subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell there, and you get notified when our videos go live, because it's all about our fitting and knowledge and information. So if I'm steeping across the line, then so if I get across it and cut the ball out to the right, you're going Max.
I'm going Max because you can put the 14-gram weight into the heel, and the head will rotate quicker on its own.
Perfect. So then SubZero then as the third member of the family, where is this fitting in?
So it's your kind of good players, smaller, neater, deeper profile. Again, you've got a front weight and a back weight. I think the Max the original Mavrik on its own, creates enough speed to get it to go and launch. So the SubZero, does it have a place? I might use Epic Flash as an alternative against the SubZero.
Okay, so if you're, really strong, and hit the thing really high
on the up,
then SubZero
and generate spin, so then you might use it as a product.
So talk me through the loft settings then. If this spinning low, then are you bringing the loft up? Is this a loft story then?
In most conversations, you're having to use more loft than you would ever have used before. So everything's a lot of 10.5s. They do 12 across the range as well. I think this is a key point. I think you need to take note of this. This is an important part. The loft of this driver is critical. You get the loft too low on this based on your type of hit and the way that you strike the ball, and this could be a dead duck for you. Yes, sir. I think loft has got to be the 10.5s and get up into the 12s easy. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so in that same mind frame, let's give some people understanding about the loft sleeve, because it is relatively intuitive. We've got a negative setting, a -1, a +2, and a +1,
and a standard,
and then there's a draw as well,
and a neutral,
a neutral. Okay, perfect. So I guess you're going positives then.
Yeah, you're always adding loft to it. Again, if you cut the ball, start with loft and add to it. If you draw the golf ball, then go up in loft and bring it back down. So it will open the face. So I'm using it more for opening and closing the face, and then the loft just to ensure that the thing wants to get up.
Right, so we're using the loft or the plus settings on that hosel to get that ball in the air, because if it spins low, folks, the key element here is get the ball to launch high. You want the ball in the air. So this is not a driver for somebody who likes to see the ball going out low, because this needs to get in the air in order to get the distance. If you hit it low with low spin, it's going to drop out of the sky. So loft's critical. Right, the same mainframe, let's pull this together then, shafts in this.
again, I'm seeing this as a speed story, so
right.
I'm using more lightweight shafts to add to the speed story.
What grams are you talking about?
50s, 55s.
Okay.
A little bit of 60, but I wouldn't certainly use this in any higher than 60 grams of weight.
So then, more senior golfers, lady golfers, people with less speed, beginners, whatever, are you still using lightweight?
Absolutely, it's a perfect product for that.
So 50s.
As long as you've got loft, you can even go down into 40s if you need it from a lightweight perspective.
That's a great point. So then, you're talking a lot about, I heard you say lightweight and weight and lightweight. Yeah. I hear you talking about lightweight. Has there been any complications with weight in this?
I think there's always a complication in weight because when you build a golf club, we introduce a thing called Swingweight, which is directly related to your rhythm and timing. Swingweight is the proportion of the head to the shaft in terms of where the weight is balanced. So if you take all the weight out of the head, which these lightweight carbon fibre heads do, you strip the weight out of the shaft, then you've got nothing there. So the brain has no concept to work out where it's going.
So balance weight is linked to the rhythm of your swing, and we know that here because that's one of the things we fit for a lot, is to get that balance right, which is linked to your consistency and the ability to deliver the club head. If we're saying that this is lighter, what we mean is I think that the frame is lighter, which means the weight itself, or the weight at the heel or in the middle or at the back or wherever it is in the head, is quite focal or focused. And that means that the driver can have, I guess, the perception of being lighter.
Certainly.
But if you drop a lightweight shaft in there, it can lose a lot of weight. It's funny, I spoke to Don in workshop, and Don was saying that he has all the different weights for these drivers because we can customize the weights depending on the player or what you see from the fitting. And he says we've a lot more 2 gram weights left than we do of the 12 and 14 gram weights. Yeah. And we can customize it to suit the build based on the length and the shaft, but it means he's using heavier weights rather than lighter weights. So be careful again about this driver. It's brilliant and it works, it really does. But you got to apply the bits and pieces right. Okay, so let's just close it all together then. Why would you use this driver over Epic Flash? Because Epic Flash is still live and in play, as it were, by Callaway. So I'm trying to figure out how the people at home would realize, oh, well, I'm Epic Flash or I'm Maverick.
The major difference between Epic Flash and Maverick, Epic Flash has an adjustable weight left to right. So if you have directional control problems, either lots of draw or lots of fade.
So if you're the extreme miss.
If you're the extreme miss, then you can use that weight, although you still have draw bias for the max. So I tend to use Flash more for the draws of the golf ball because you can weight it more towards the toe. But I think the major reason why you would pick this driver is the second iteration of the AI face means that it is quicker across a bigger percentage of the face, which in principle makes it more forgiving, which keeps your bad shots up with your good shots.
When Callaway launched the Maverick range of drivers, there was quite a lot of confusion in the marketplace. A lot of people didn't realize, should I stay with Epic Flash? Should I move to Maverick? Should I get Epic Flash and not Maverick? Or what should I do? The harsh reality here is that Epic Flash is still very much part of the whole range of clubs from Callaway. In fact, we've done a review from that. I'll put a link above so you can take a look at that video and make your own mind up. The reality though is that Epic Flash is the adjustable driver. It's designed for much more harsh misses. The Maverick is this new raw speed, which comes from the flip over of the jailbreak technology in the face, which braces the top and bottom of the driver, but also this brand new titanium face. Now this is where the technology is going to come from, and certainly Callaway, when we move forward, this artificial intelligence or this AI that they've put into this from their supercomputers that they're using to get the iterations of design is where you're going to see the key benefits from this. And bottom line, as David said, it's going to miss better. So when you don't hit it off center, you're still going to see those speeds. I think that this driver has a really good, strong place within the market, although, like we said, make sure you get the loft right. I think fitting is something you're going to have to look in for, although I'm quite biased, so I would say that. But if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. We're trying to grow things, trying to get this information out there because it's all about how we fit. And until the next time, I'll see you at the next video. Thanks very much for watching.